You're watching ABC10 Plus Tonight.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Thomas. You're watching ABC10 Plus Tonight. In dollars and cents, we look into a Social Security fairness law promising big boosts for retirees nationwide. Then how Sacramento businesses are being impacted by immigrant concerns. Plus, preparing for flooding in our region ahead of wet conditions. ABC10 Plus Tonight starts now.
Homeowners all over the state could be charged a one-time fee to help pay for wildfire insurance claims out of Los Angeles. And it's all part of a last resort tool the California Department of Insurance allows in expensive wildfire disasters. So ABC10's Becca Habegger has been looking into this. She joins us now in studio to explain what homeowners might face.
Alex, we're talking about the California Fair Plan. That, of course, is the bare bones, high cost insurer of last resort. Now, at the start of this week, the Fair Plan estimated its losses from last month's Southern California wildfires at more than $4 billion. Fair Plan leaders said they were at risk of finding themselves unable to pay all those claims, so they asked for help.
The Southern California wildfires killed at least 29 people and destroyed more than 18,000 homes and other structures. Many people living in these areas were on the California Fair Plan, the bare bones, high-cost insurer of last resort. The state established the Fair Plan decades ago as a way to ensure basic fire coverage is available, but no taxpayer money is involved. Rather, all the insurance companies admitted to do business in the state of California pay into the Fair Plan, and now they're being asked to pay more in the form of a one-time $1 billion assessment spread among all of them. Between the Eaton and Palisades fires, the Fair Plan says they have received some 4,800 claims so far, with estimated losses of more than $4 billion. The Fair Plan leaders say they were in danger of being unable to pay all those claims without that $1 billion infusion from private insurance companies. By state regulation, the Fair Plan is required to ask the California Insurance Commissioner for permission to collect that money, and on Tuesday, Commissioner Ricardo Lara granted it.
There's no tax money. It's funded by the insurance companies.
Los Angeles-based insurance expert Carl Sussman says this one-time assessment will allow the Fair Plan to pay the deductible on its reinsurance, basically insurance for insurers, and the reinsurance funds will then allow it to pay out the rest of the claims.
So effectively, this is sort of the one and done, if you want to put it that way, as far as the Fair Plan is concerned with needing funds.
The last time the Department of Insurance allowed the Fair Plan to pass costs along to private insurers was in the wake of the 1993 Kinaloa fire in Altadena and the Old Topanga fire in Malibu and Topanga. Those affected some of the same areas as this year's fires. But the difference now is the question: could homeowners all over the state also be on the hook? A change in state regulation approved last year allows insurance companies, if assessed up to $1 billion by the Fair Plan, to ask permission from the insurance commissioner to pass half of that cost on to policyholders. That means all across the state, home and commercial property owners with an insurance policy in the regular market could see a one-time fee to help offset costs of the Southern California wildfires. How much that fee might be is not yet known.
What we take issue with is the insurance commissioner trying to force consumers to bail out insurance companies for those payments.
Carmen Bulber is executive director of Consumer Watchdog.
Homeowners are stuck on the Fair Plan because the home insurance industry abandoned their neighborhoods. That's why it should be on the insurance industry to pay those bills, not California consumers across the state.
To be clear, we're not there yet. The Department of Insurance says the commissioner just announced he approved the Fair Plan's $1 billion assessment, so the department has not yet received requests from insurers to pass the cost along to policyholders. Consumer Watchdog says if insurers are eventually allowed to do that, they will challenge it.
Now, we asked for an interview today with the insurance commissioner. He wasn't available, but Becca, in his news release, he did mention one future solution, right? Can you break that down a little bit?
Yeah, Commissioner Lara, as we've been reporting on extensively, has been talking over the last year and a half and spending the last year and a half overhauling California's insurance regulations. Now, he hopes to see the market improve over the coming year because of those regulations. He has long spoken about the need to modernize the Fair Plan, and part of that includes allowing the Fair Plan to access lines of credit and catastrophe bonds to help pay claims in worst-case scenarios like we're seeing right now with the LA wildfires. Now, the Fair Plan currently doesn't have access to that, which in part is why we're seeing this $1 billion assessment on insurers. and possibly eventually some of that falling back on homeowners. And now, Alex, Commissioner Lara says there are bills going through the State House right now that would make those changes. And he is, in that news release, saying he's advocating for their passage.
And I do want to mention, tonight we are hearing from also Republican Assembly members in response to the FAIR Plan. Republican leader James Gallagher sent a statement saying, quote, forcing working families to pay for the failures of California's insurance market is not a real solution. The real fix starts with reducing wildfire risk, clearing excess fuel, improving forest management, and hardening homes. Until the state takes wildfire mitigation seriously, we'll continue to see insurers leave and costs rise for Californians. Now, you already know this is a story that we will continue to follow. Becca, thank you so much.
Well, new at 6, businesses that depend on immigrant customers are feeling the negative impact after false rumors of ICE sightings in Sacramento.
They say they're taking it day by day as they rapidly start to lose out on business and are forced to cut down on employee hours. ABC 10's Roxanne Elias has the details.
Business is not as usual here along Northgate Boulevard in Sacramento, where stores and restaurants thrive off customers who are immigrants. Empty store aisles and fewer sales are now becoming the norm.
Kept slowing down. Even though, like right now, it's scary right now. Like we don't have any. Now we're really struggling.
Jorge Vidauri is the owner of 3 Dulceria Socami stores, which sell Mexican products and party supplies. He says the decline in customers started after rumors of immigration and customs enforcement sightings on social media began making their rounds.
Right now in February, we're like on the pretty much like 45-50% less sales than last year.
The theme is consistent at Arteaga's Mercado y Carniceria, located down the road. It's normally busy around noon, but recently it's rare to see customers shopping. Maria says it used to be more busy. People would come and do their money transfers, to buy meat, to buy their groceries. But right now, no one really wants to come because they fear immigration may be out. The mother of 4 says she's undocumented herself and has even thought about not coming into work. But she kept going because her boss assured her she wouldn't allow ICE to enter unless they have an order from a judge. Maria says, I have my children to take care of and my mother depends on me. So with doubt, we have to come because if we don't, we won't have a way to pay rent, our light and gas bills. She says her hours haven't been cut yet, but she fears that's what will happen next. At Dulceria Socami, the owner says he was already forced to drop each employee's hours, and with no end in sight of when the flow of customers will return, he's asking people to stop spreading rumors of ICE for the sake of their livelihood.
I'm just scared because, I've seen a lot of stores closing down, and it really scares me. Like, I got to do something before I've been forced to do that.
In Sacramento, Roxanne Elias, ABC 10.
Roxanne, thank you. The store owner and employee are also pleading with customers to return to their usual shopping so they can keep their doors open. In tonight's Dollars and Cents, we're talking Social Security. Millions of retired Americans, including teachers, firefighters, and police officers, can expect to see their benefits expanded by hundreds of dollars a month. I talked with a financial expert about the new Social Security Fairness Act just signed into law this year and how it could help retirees make ends meet. But I'm also learning why they might be waiting a while before they see that money. Former President Joe Biden signed the Social Security Fairness Act into law January 5th, which repealed 2 decades-old policies.
Get our viewers up to speed onto what it is exactly.
What happened was the Social Security Administration in the late 70s and the early 80s put into place 2 new rules.
Known as the Windfall Elimination Provision and the Government Pension Offset, together they reduced payments to certain retirees who receive pension income, like public school teachers, postal workers, police, and firefighters. The new Social Security Fairness Act aims to correct that.
Because of this provision, and now that they passed this legislation, those individuals who had paid into Social Security are able to reap their full benefits, which previously were limited or if not eliminated.
Can you put in perspective how much people may benefit from this change?
I think total beneficiaries, it's estimated to be close to 3 million people nationwide should benefit from this increase. And the Congressional Budget Office estimated about $360 for those individuals.
That amount will vary depending on your unique situation. The Social Security Administration says it's based on factors such as the type of Social Security benefit received and the amount of the person's pension. Some people's benefits will increase very little, while others may be eligible for more than $1,000 each month. And it's not just retirees who could benefit.
Spouses now are able to receive a much higher benefit than what they were receiving previously, which is an important point.
Keep in mind the benefits hike under the new law would be retroactive after December 2023. Experts say it could take more than a year to adjust benefits and pay all retroactive benefits.
Now, the flip side of it is the cost. The Congressional Budget Office estimates the cost to be $195 billion over the next 10 years.
Beneficiaries don't need to take any action to receive the enhanced payments other than verifying the Social Security Administration has their current mailing address and direct deposit information. SSA says most people can do that online with their My Social Security account. No call or visit to the SSA office necessary. We have links to that on our website, ABC10.com. And remember, the conversation doesn't end here. You can find all my dollars and cents stories streaming now on the ABC10 Plus TV streaming app. The app is free to download on your TV. You can also email me your questions at lpainter@abc10.com.
Welcome back. The future of Sunrise Mall in Citrus Heights is now making headlines again.
4 years after a radical plan to redevelop the area was proposed, a developer has come forward with a new vision.
ABC10's Luke Clary is live at Sunrise Mall with a closer look. Hey, Luke.
Yeah, hey Chris, I'm standing here in one of the big empty parking lots surrounding Sunrise Mall. No customers to speak of here outside of the old Sears, which is now closed, as you can see. Now, there was a plan to demolish all of these buildings and start anew, but if a big developer gets his way, these buildings will stay and get a facelift. Nowadays, much of the foot traffic at Sunrise Mall in Citrus Heights
we like to walk.
Is retirees getting their steps in.
I'm here exercising.
Neighbors say the glory days are long over.
But nothing was like Sunrise Mall, you know. See all of the stores just slowly vanishing away.
Yes.
This time,
So,
closed down.
It's a little sad because I see so much hidden potential there.
Citrus Heights Council member Portia Middleton says that's why she has supported the Sunrise Tomorrow plan introduced in 2021.
Totally transform into a place where it's innovative, it's a job hub, it has a downtown space, and it becomes the heart of our city.
But after 4 years, there's been little progress on this ambitious plan.
That's, looks nice, but that's not where the market demand is today.
Developer Ethan Conrad has put forward an amended plan, Sunrise Tomorrow Evolution, that envisions bringing new businesses to the existing buildings.
Like those Macy's buildings, they're perfect for like an IKEA, right? A big box retailer, right? We put some lipstick on there, new facade, looks like a new box.
He's seeking changes to the plan to allow new drive-through restaurants and a new Home Depot store too.
Having Home Depot there, it's the catalyst, right? It's the catalyst to where it makes other national tenants look at it and go, hey, that's a great location. Home Depot's there, In-N-Out's there, whatever, Chick-fil-A is there. Like, okay, that's a great location.
It's not as radical a plan as the original Sunrise Tomorrow project, but Conrad says it's more economically viable. For those who remember the glory years,
it's going to spark the economy.
Anything to bring Sunrise back would be welcome.
Still a good area, so I would support it 100%.
And Conrad currently owns some of the buildings and the land surrounding Sunrise Mall, like, again, the old Sears. He slapped a new coat of paint on it. This is the old Appliance Center. It's set to become a Montessori school. And if you look over this way, on this corner of the parking lot, that is where the Home Depot is envisioned to stand. But again, all of this has to go before more public input, and before Conrad can move forward, he's going to need approval from the city. Reporting live in Citrus Heights, Luke Clary, ABC 10.
And yet it all comes as the Macy's at Sunrise Mall is expected to close in just the next few weeks. So please keep us posted as you learn more. Luke, thank you.
Tonight, Sutter County is bracing for another round of wet weather. This after rising waters closed roads and caused evacuation orders in some parts of the county last week.
ABC 10's Devin Truby is live with a look at how people are preparing. And Devin, I know the big concern is possible flooding.
I'm here at the Tisdale Weir, which is one of the key places the county monitors for flooding. Go ahead and take a look. Now, after the first storm system, the county is concerned that debris will start to build up. You see that large log, and then also we have a collection along the power poles as well of that debris. I spoke with the county about what they're preparing for. The Sacramento River is running high through Sutter County. During last week's storm, the river hit flood stage, coming up to 68 feet, flooding this RV park, Lovey's Landing outside Meridian, which still remains under evacuation orders from the Sutter County Sheriff.
We're expecting about another half a foot rise out of the river from this last storm that's coming in. After that, between the reservoir releases and the lack of rain, we expect the water to continue to go down.
Zachary Hamill with the Office of Emergency Management for Sutter County thinks this storm will keep the Sacramento River about half a foot less than last week's storm, but they're still preparing.
Everyone's out monitoring, getting those roadways, those ditches, our residents prepared for whatever hazards are coming our way, and whatever we can do to mitigate those hazards.
This storm season, Sutter County has more resources after being awarded a grant by the California Department of Water Resources.
We were able to do some plan updates for our levee maintenance areas, a new drone. So we do have an unmanned aerial system that allows us to inspect levees and monitor water and river levels while not putting anybody in harm's way.
You can see the department using it here today at Tisdale Weir, checking on debris buildup. It's one of the main areas of concern for the county, along with Pass Road and Lovey's Landing RV Park.
And to get the latest weather information in your neighborhood, be sure to download the ABC10 Plus streaming TV app. It's free to download on your TV. For now, we do want to turn to that weather impact alert with Monica tracking a lot of rain and snow in the forecast.
That's so true, and everyone's really going to be impacted by this in some way, right?
Yes, in some way, certainly for tomorrow. Friday, the lingering impacts for this year, but so many people want to head up for that President's Day weekend. So we'll look at that timeline, and I took it all the way through President's Day. We start off tonight with rain and snow developing through the region. Snow level about 4,500 feet. It is going to be rising to near 6,000 feet, though, by tomorrow. But at that point, we're also incorporating thunderstorms, gusty winds, and heavy Sierra snow. Friday, some lingering impacts for the Sierra and a slight chance for some showers over the weekend. But mostly, it's going to be a fairly dry forecast. So that's some good news on the horizon. Big plume of moisture, though, coming in from the Pacific. And this will not only impact Northern California, but all the way into Southern California as well. We've got that light to beam forecast for tonight. The rain moving in pretty quickly here. So by about 8:30, we're expecting 100% cloud cover, some light showers, and 49 degrees. We'll keep an eye on that Kings game. Right now in the Big Mountain backyard, it is dry. Temperatures about 50 to 55 degrees for the valley. Tahoe currently at 32. We'll see snow for tonight. Storm highlights. We're continuing to track this. Now, in terms of the highlights, not much has changed. 1 to 3 inches of valley rain still expected. Sierra snow up to 5 feet. Severe weather still tracking the potential for thunderstorms with wind gusts up to about 50 miles per hour. Snow level, at least for Lassen and Plumas counties, about 3,500 feet tonight. We'll keep it about 4,500 feet for the Tahoe Basin and rising to about 6,000 feet for tomorrow. Now, the extent of the thunderstorm risk has changed. We're going to expand that through the Sierra and actually draw it a little bit farther to the south as well for tomorrow. In terms of the wind gusts, still looking at some pretty decent winds developing overnight tonight through the morning commute, and then that will kind of transition into the foothills and the Sierra as we make our way through our Thursday. Snow level forecast shifting ever so slightly as well. We're going to draw it up to about 7,000 feet tomorrow morning, and then it will come back down to about 6,000 feet largely through our Thursday, Friday down to about 5,000 feet. Snowfall accumulation, it's going to continue to pile up all the way through our Friday. This is going to be a mixed bag right here in Nevada City, Forest Hill, and Pollock Pines because of that snow line, which will be moving up the hill, but upwards of about 5 feet, potentially for some ski resorts. 1 to 3 inches of valley rain will call for about 3 to 4 inches of mixed rain and snow for the foothills. So we'll look at our timeline. Again, most of the bulk of the rain develops overnight tonight through early tomorrow morning. We'll get little pockets of breaks in there for our Thursday, but the Sierra is just going to keep coming all the way through our Friday evening with a bit of a break. This next storm kind of fizzling out here as we head into our Sunday. We'll continue to track it, though, for the 3-day weekend. Highs in the 30s tomorrow for the Sierra with 40s and 50s down the hill. Along the coast, we're in the 50s to near 60, so not too much of a really cold forecast for us. Our temperatures actually go up slightly heading into the weekend, as you can see, with that warmer air coming in. But we're going to watch those weather impacts for tomorrow with that chance of thunderstorms, a few lingering showers through Friday for Valentine's Day. But again, I'm really sensing from the weather models that we are going to get some breaks just in time for dinner for Valentine's Day.
Oh, this is perfect. Oh, well timed. No complaints.
We'll take it. Monica, thank you.
Yep.
We just saw a little snippet of what Mark S. Allen's up to. So he actually highlighting a Stockton business owner who is making health and wellness available for everyone in the greater Stockton area. So let's take him back. We just saw him moments ago getting worked out hard. You're at the Shaw for Community Making Difference. Mark, good morning. How you feeling?
Hey, good morning to you. I'm feeling a little bit winded, and also to back up a couple of minutes, we just announced to most of Northern California that our good friend, broadcasting legend Big Al Sams has passed, and we've been talking about him all morning. He was at your grand opening, mutual friend. Lakeisha, what are your memories of Al?
I loved his smile. It was very contagious, very warming, very heartwarming and welcoming.
Yeah, he had a relentlessly charismatic smile that left the room smiling long after he's gone, and similarly will be smiling for a long time. And yes, we're talking about you yet again and forever. All right, so your grand opening, we're talking about across the street, across the hall, you have a place where you can get fit in terms of what you put in your body, right?
Yes. So that's the Shaw Bar. So that's where you go for all things healthy that you eat, drink, consume, so on and so forth.
But now where are we?
Now we are in the Fit Me, and FIT stands for Focused, Inspired, and Transformed, and it's a community gym space.
Yeah, because it's all about diet and exercise. The diet means nothing if it's not about the exercise. It's born of need. Both you and your family had some health scare.
Yes, so in my family, there's heart disease, there's obesity, diabetes, there's also breast cancer. I just had brain surgery for a brain tumor just in November.
And that is crazy to me, by the way, because I met you not long after that. Yes. You never know.
Right. Health is something that we take very seriously here at the Fit Me and at the Shaw Bar. So in Stockton, there's a lot of underserved communities here that face health challenges. You know, there's a high rate of obesity and heart disease, and they even suffer with mental health issues, and that's where the Fit Me community fit camps come into place. We make health accessible for all. So not only do we teach individuals how to work out, and we're a community driven sustainable solution, we also help people with their mental health. We give them education on how to eat healthy as well.
Awesome. And proof's in the pudding over here. My friend Vina Ford, good morning to you. Good to see you again.
Good morning.
We have lots of mutual friends again. We were talking about Al as well. So he, eternally proud of you, down over 100 pounds. Is that right?
Close to 100 pounds, yeah.
Got it. And what's the secret? I mean, aside from the Shaw difference.
Just healthy eating, lots of moving, lots of encouragement. And also getting your family engaged. Your family has to be engaged so you don't have those triggers. And just staying the course. It gets hard sometimes, but you know, the outcome is so much nicer.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, and shout out to camera guy Don. He is getting fit right now listening to everything you're saying. How's your arm feeling after 100 curls earlier?
It's all right.
All right. So you wanted me to do a burpee, and you're going to evaluate my fitness based on the burpee. And tell me again what I'm supposed to do. I'll have to have you hold the mic.
Okay. So you're going to get down on the ground. Put your hands out, and put your legs out. Do a little push-up. Now pull your knees in and jump up, and then jump up. There you go. And then you're going to do it again.
And that's it. Another one?
No, I mean if you want to.
No. All right, I'll do one more.
Okay. Get down. There you go. There you go. Now come back. Push up. Come back up and jump. Oh, okay. That progress to be made.
Okay. All right. So I need to work on things?
Yes.
Because in a perfect world, if you get used to that, you're able to just pop up.
In a perfect world, but nothing's perfect.
Got it. I know Northern California has a lot of surfers, and that is the key exercise to becoming a great surfer.
I think so.
All right. I'm not going to be any of that stuff. But anyway, if people want to find you, how do they find you?
They could find us on Facebook under Shaw for Community, on Instagram under Shaw for Community as well. And we also have an IG account for the Fit Me, and it's the Fit Me 209.
You are so inspirational. When life throws it at you, you throw it back harder and get it done.
Don't have a choice.
You're doing great. I know your family's proud of you. We are too. All right, the Shaw difference in Stockton. Back to you.
You know, I'm not one to judge because right now I'm a very fat man. But let me just say this. You always get roped into doing these things, and you got a full suit on with a vest and stuff. So you get a little bit of slack in these things, Mark.
Well, with the exception of a couple R. Douglas suits, most of what I wear, including today's, disposable. So no matter what happens, it's going to be fine. Thus me going to the water all the time. You know what I'm talking about, Walt.
All right, three-piece suit and / workout outfit. Okay, because it's a little stretchy, hopefully. Mark, thank you.
Thanks for watching ABC 10 Plus tonight. We are here 24/7 on the free ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. You can get your local news and weather anytime, anywhere. I'm Chris Thomas. We'll see you next time.
Trust isn't given, but earned. It's built every day by doing the hard work, putting in the hours, doing the research, holding the powerful accountable, and being there when you need us most. Working hard to earn your trust every day, every newscast, every story. Watch weeknights at 6 or stream live on ABC 10 Plus.
Thanks for watching ABC 10 Plus. And now that you're here, why don't we take a look around and see what else is here? The very first tile on your left is always going to be streaming 24/7. You can find us adjacent to that, breaking news if it's there. And then right next to that, a replay of the most recent newscast. Whether it's ABC 10 Morning News at 5, 6, or beyond, it's going to be there. The forecast beyond that, and then right beyond that, the news that matters the most. Now that you know the basic tiles, let's go up to the top and take a deeper dive into news. We have every single newscast that you would need, including To the Point with Alex Bell, taking a deeper dive into the issues. Beyond that, ABC 10 Morning News at 5 and 6 and 11, the evening shows as well. Below that, you can watch the top stories from To the Point. Under that, Dollars and Cents, where you can learn how to navigate this challenging economy. And below that, you can watch our award-winning ABC 10 Special Investigations, where we hold the powerful accountable. Going into weather, look, it's the 10-day forecast, getting you ready for the weekend and beyond. Beyond that, sports. I know you care about the Sacramento Kings. We have the most comprehensive guide to anything, everything Kings in the locker room and on the court. We have it. Below that, I know you care about the San Francisco 49ers. We can't mention Bay Sports without talking about the Oakland A's. We have that too. Backing out again, come up to the top and join me on Verify. I'm super excited about this. Our experts are checking the facts, verifying the truth for you. Jump up now to shows. Very excited about this. Oh, look. It's Take a Look. This is my show. I love movies, and if you love movies or streaming shows, whether it's on screens this big, or this big, it's Take a Look. Recently went behind the scenes, sat down with Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix to talk about Joker 2. I love the movie, and oh, I just heard you shout you hate the movie. Jump in, we talk about it on this show. Other shows, Bartell's Backroads, go up and down the state of California, tank of gas getaways, one fuel cell getaway, like places like the Toy Museum. This is what kids did before they had screens. Over here, the Moaning Caverns of Calaveras County, one of the most coveted caves in all of California. You know, watching this show, I discovered there's a cave that could fit the entire Statue of Liberty in your own backyard. You'll find about that and more with Bartell's Backroads. Down below that, To the Point. It is one of my favorite newscasts because they talk about news with Alex Bell the way you talk about news. It's conversational, but in-depth at the same time. Below that, Your California Life. Love this show. Whether it's entertainment, food, beverage, lifestyle, it's there. Desiree Shepherd hosts and does an amazing job. So there you have it. It's ABC 10 Plus, the app. What do you need? We heard you and we got it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for streaming.